Hi all, welcome to my channel Semper Astra. My name is Maggie and in today's video I will summarize first year of independent work with my guide dog Wilma. At the beginning of this video I would like to emphasize that I am not a guide dog trainer and I don't have any formal education in training guide dogs. I am just a blind person who has been working with the help of guide dogs for many years and who would like to share with you my own experiences. For those of you who are visiting my channel for the first time, I also want to mention that I permanently live in the UK and my guide dog Wilma was trained by British Guide Dog School. The first anniversary of completing the training with my guide dog Wilma was actually on the 30th of May 2025, which was over 2 months ago. But in today's video, I will focus only on summarizing this first 12 months of my independent work with Wilma, and this is for many different reasons. So first of all, this first year of independent work with a new guide dog is probably the hardest year. And this is because everything is new for the person and for the dog. The person and the dog have to get to know one another. They have to get used to one another. They have to start feeling comfortable around one another. They have to get used to one another's routine. And the dog and the person also have to continue to further develop their skills and also ensure that they stick to the good textbook habits and that they don't develop any bad habits and that they don't start making any mistakes. Also, because everything is so fresh and we could say nothing is stable yet, this is also the most risky way. And during this first initial 12 months, there is, I would say, quite high risk that something will go wrong and that the partnership may fail. So, for example, it may appear that the match wasn't actually the best match, and I'm talking here about the match between the blind person and the guide dog, or it may appear that this pressure of being a guide dog is too much for the dog and that the dog is not coping, or something may become too much for the blind person. Also, some bad habits may creep in and good training work may be ruined. So it is very important that everything is very closely monitored and that all mistakes are being noticed straight away and that they are being corrected. And for this first 12 months, I was receiving a lot of support from the guide dog school. Initial visit from the guide dog trainer who trained Wilma and I took place a week after we ended our training. The second visit was about 6 weeks after finishing the training. The third visit, as far as I remember, was 6 months after finishing training, and the final visit in this year took place exactly 12 months after we finished the training. However, throughout these 12 months, we were continuously in touch with the school, and whenever I experienced any difficulties, I was able to ask for help, for additional advice, and all of the mistakes that I experienced or problems I experienced were noticed and they were ironed out straight away, which was very important. From now on, I will continue receiving support from Guide Dog School, but the visits will be less frequent. So the regular routine visits will take place every 12 months. But if I happen to experience any difficulties or if I need any more support, I can contact the school at any time and I will receive all support that I may need. Now, probably the most important thing that I would like to share with you today is that now, after this 12 months of working with Wilma, I feel as if we were like one organism, in a way, one being. And I know that it sounds very weird and very strange, but you need to forgive me because this is really difficult to explain it with words. So what I mean by this is that I can read Wilma's body language very, very well. I think that I can even anticipate her next move. I can tell straight away when she's starting to turn the direction, when she's starting to change the direction for whatever reason. I can feel straight away when she's slowing down or when she's starting to walk quicker. I can tell straight away when she's trying to navigate some obstacles. I can tell when she's starting to figure something out in her head, so I guess that there's something unusual ahead of us. I also can tell when she sees something ahead of her that makes her happy. And I also feel that she reads my body language pretty well, which is also very important. What is more, I also read her body language when she's not working. So I strongly believe that I could easily tell if she was feeling unwell. I always know when she wants to play, when she wants attention. I also can tell easily when she wants to rest and when she's happy to be left on her own. I can tell when she's feeling comfortable and when she needs something. And this makes me feel really, really kind of comfortable around her. And I feel that our partnership is working very well. What is more, when Wilma is not around me, I feel as if I was missing a limb or if something was missing. So she really, really feels like part of me, which is kind of not surprising because we are together like 24 hours and we go everywhere together, and like we spend with one another all of the time. So we kind of became very, very close. The next thing that I wanted to share is that after this 12 months, I can tell that I trust Wilma as much as I can and I will ever trust her. I know that when she's doing something which I haven't expected, I am sure that there must be a good reason for it, and I'm no longer startled by some kind of changes in direction or by some unexpected changes in our kind of route, or when she does something out of character. And what is very interesting about this, that if you ask me, when have you started feeling about this, I couldn't point exact moment. So this change and this growth in trust and this growth in me being able to work with Wilma so well was so subtle and so gradual that it happened in sort of unnoticeable way. And this is very important thing to keep in mind at the beginning of the training, because when I was at the beginning of this journey of getting to know Wilma and learning to work with her, I felt that this route ahead of me is so long and so hard that I felt totally overwhelmed by this. And I couldn't imagine kind of how we will work together in a year. And I kind of couldn't imagine a year ago that I will be as comfortable with Wilma as I was with my previous dogs. And now I am at this point. So my kind of strong advice would be, please don't let this journey to overwhelm you. Just take step by step, day by day, problem by problem, and you will get there. I think that it is very important not to think about whole process, because that is for sure overwhelming. It is important to think about one problem at the time, one task at the time, and one step at the time, and for sure you will get there. Another thing that I wanted to share with you was that a year ago I was having this thought in my head that to be successful with Wilma, I need to ensure that everything is perfect for the next 12 months in our life. And life wasn't perfect for us. Unfortunately, I had 2 surgeries. So for a while, I wasn't as mobile as I usually am, and I wasn't as active as I usually am. And unfortunately, we discovered that Wilma suffers from allergies, so her health wasn't perfect. But you know what? Despite the fact that the year wasn't perfect, it didn't ruin our partnership, and we still achieve the success, and we're still kind of, I would say, thriving in our partnership. So even if you have some obstacles in your way, please don't give up, because it doesn't mean that it will ruin your efforts, that it will ruin your training, and that it will ruin your partnership. Yet another thing that I wanted to mention is that although Wilma at the moment is working perfectly, it doesn't mean that it is the end of her learning. Wilma does continue to learn new routes, new things, and her kind of skills continue to grow. And this is in relates to work, but also some little things outside of her work. So kind of, for instance, now I am teaching her to bring me her favorite toy in which I put her treats. So her learning will probably never end, which is very exciting, and it kind of is also very motivating, and I look forward to this. And judging by Wilma's behaviors, she also looks forward to learning new things. The next thing that I wanted to share with you is that Wilma is not only a perfect guide dog, but she's also a lovely, lovely companion. She has a lovely, sunny, happy, easygoing personality. When she's playing, she's like playing 100%. But when she is relaxing and when I have to focus on something like, for instance, work, she's also happy to look after herself. She's happy to wait for me. She's happy to relax. And she's also very easygoing when she needs to kind of, lie still for a while. She is also very kind of adaptable and easygoing with kind of going new places and being in unfamiliar settings. And she also seems to be happy, relaxed, and and kind of like cheeky in a way, which I also like about her. And she also knows when she can be cheeky, so it is never like disturbing or negative, but she has this little cheeky, funny side to her, which I absolutely love about her. I hope that you have found this video helpful, and if you are hesitant whether you would like to try training with the guide dog, I hope that you will give it a go, that you will make your application, that you will check whether a guide dog could be helpful to you and whether you would like to have a guide dog in your life. I think that from now on, I'm not going to make regular updates, and I will update you when some major changes happen in our life, or when we achieve something unusual, or where something will happen that I will kind of feel like I want to share with you. So thank you for your attention today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.